Welcome back to the channel for another video on our 22 WRX. So over the years, I have purchased a bunch of parts for this car and a lot of nice parts too. But these parts that I have sitting right next to me, these might be the nicest parts that I've ever had to get onto this 22 WRX. Huge shout out to TDMi for getting these parts sent over. But enough talking, let me show you what we got at the bench. Let's go. All right, so over here at the bench, we have TDMi's brand new Billet carbon fiber front and rear strut tower braces. I mean, these things look amazing. I mean, precision quality. Like, I even like, it has these like little grooves on it. Yeah, you can see it with the light right there. Nice little cool design feature, and like, these carbon fiber bars, I mean, they just are amazing. We just got a little, gone. Just a little bit of fuzz on that one. But yeah, these things look amazing. So these should be pretty straightforward to get installed. This bracket here, if you guys are wondering, we are going to be using it with this. All the hardware obviously is included. That is to mount the AOS, since I guess there might be some sort of interference. I'm not exactly sure. But that's why they supply their own bracket, so you can mount the AOS to the strut bar, so you are still good to go. So super excited to get this swapped out for our Perrin one in the front, and we actually don't have anything in the rear, so this is going to be our first time installing a rear strut bar, and honestly, it could not be a nicer one to go on this car. So it should be pretty straightforward to get this strut bar off. We have 2 bolts on each side to take the bar off. For the Perrin one, you do have to take off these little Allen keys to then actually take the bar off, and then you take the, what are these things called? The feet, to take those off. So that's how we'll take those off. We have 1 extra nut to take off, of course, for these. And then we just mount everything back up. So it should be as simple as just removing the Perrin and putting the nice carbon fiber Billet TDMi ones on. And then, yeah, we'll jump to the back after this. We'll get the garage door open. It's a little hot out today, so trying to keep the cold AC inside of here for now. But once we get the front done, we'll open up the garage. We will jump in the trunk and get that strut bar put in. But enough talking. Let's get this going. Let's go. All right, so I'll show you on this side with the AOS how to get the screws off here, and then our 2 bolts here. Same process on the other side, of course. So for our Perrin brace, it is a 15 mil for these 2, so righty tighty, lefty loosey. So we're gonna go this way. All right, so now since everything is loose, I'm just gonna jump to the other side real quick, get everything taken off there. Jump back over here, and we will slide the bar out because it does route behind. Looks like it's a sensor that, I'm not sure exactly what it goes to, but it's a sensor over here. So let me just jump over there and get that finished. All right, so now we have all the bolts removed on the driver's side, all the bolts removed on the passenger side. Now you just take the little cap off, and the bar should be able to wiggle out. Yep, just wiggles out. All right, so the bar is out. You should just be able to lift right off. All right, so let's jump to the bench and let's compare the Perrin and the TDMi. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've reassembled the Perrin brace, just so I don't lose any of the hardware, because we are going to be selling this. So I'm not sure if it'll be sold or not by the time this video goes live. So, I mean, if you want it, I mean, post a comment below. I'm not sure what I'm going to post it for it either, but it'll probably be on Facebook Marketplace. So if you're interested, just go on Facebook Marketplace, and I mean, it should be available on there if it hasn't sold yet. But just looking at the Perrin one, I mean, it does look really nice. These are still nice CNC parts. billet parts. They still are very nice with the wrinkle black bar, but just comparing it to the TDMi, I mean, this thing is just amazing. Oh, one of my bolts fell. This is my dress-up bolt kit. These don't come with the TDMi brace, but I was just trying to find these two from the kit because the Perrin has their own special bolts or nuts. So I was just trying to find these two for each side to make everything match. But anyways, so yeah, this is the TDMi one, just comparing. I mean, this thing is super, super high quality. And I mean, I love the design they have here on the bar here. And I mean, the carbon fiber, can't beat that. So super excited to get this installed. I'm not sure how to do this quite yet. I think I have to unbolt the AOS, the bracket on the AOS that actually holds the AOS on, that has like the IG logo on it. I'll check that out in just a second and obviously report back to you guys in just a minute. But yeah, let's get this front bar installed. Let's go. All right, so looking at the bracket that TDMi supplied, it definitely looks like we're going to unbolt those 4 Allens right there, and this is going to mount onto the can, the IG canister, and then TDMi did supply these 2 bolts here. They are countersunk, so that's how you know which one those are. Let me just show you those, yeah. Right here. So it's basically just going to connect like that, and this bar is going to come somewhere over here, and it's going to mount like that. So yeah, let's get this bracket put on first. We'll get this mounted up, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, so we have the passenger side mounted up, and as you can see, it's a little bit more angled right now, which it's perfectly fine, I guess. It is almost touching this AC line back here, but we are good to go. Do want to note that it is now on the highest location on the AOS. So when I first tried to mount it up, as you guys saw, I did put it in like the stock location. And just to make it fit, what I did was I just mounted it directly to this, put the bracket on, and then I just held the canister up to where I thought it needed to go. So, super easy. Got that all mounted up, so that's all done. These are all torqued down and tight. So as far as my gold hardware, I couldn't get this back one in. It's just machined so perfectly that like it's basically a perfect fit for these two to go in, and it's just slightly off in the back, and it's obviously plenty of clearance to put just a stock one in, so I just threw a stock top hat bolt in. But this side is done. We're just going, the other side's literally just as easy as just slapping it on and tightening those these 3 right here. So it should be just as simple as that. Let's just zip through that side, and we'll come back over here and we'll get our carbon fiber bar mounted. So finally, we are ready to get the main bar put on. So let me just grab that right here, and it should just basically slide in. So the round section goes down, the flat section's up. So it should just kind of just slide in. Let's see how easy it goes in. And just like that, our carbon fiber strut brace from TDMi is installed. This thing looks so good. We'll get some close-ups in just a minute once we're done with everything, but wow, that looks really good. Really, they call it champagne, but I'm just gonna call it gold. The gold really goes with everything else that we have going on here. I really like that bracket that holds on that IGAOS. It's just really cool that they just thought out everything, and like fitment was really perfect on everything. It was great. All that's left over here is, looks like we just got this rear brace here. And then yeah, the hardware in here for that. So we're just going to reuse the stock bolts that are in the rear. I'm not going to use these titanium ones in the trunk. Kind of pointless to do that. But yeah, we're just going to get these mounted up in the back. It should be pretty straightforward. Now they are covered in the back. We'll go over what I am going to do to expose these. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. We will talk about that in just a minute, but let's go to the back of the car and let's check where this bar is going to go. All right, so we have our trunk open. All I've done is taken out the styrofoam and then the trunk liner and then the all-weather liner. So all that does is just expose where our two bolts are there. So they are going to be a 14, so I have our 14 wrench here. I think we're going to need an extended socket to fit it in the strut bar, but let's get those two bolts out. I think we're just going to remove this whole liner here because we are going to trim this to make it fit with the strut bar. But yeah, let's get this popped out. We'll take those two bolts out and we'll mimic that on this side. And then yeah, we'll get the feet mounted up. Once we get it mounted up, then we'll put the bar on and we'll go from there. But let's see how this is going to look. Just to catch you guys up now, everything is out of the trunk. I just have it organized down here, but this is everything on the right, this is everything on the left. We had one clip here, and then we had a couple along the side, two in the back. There was one tricky one that was hard to see that was like right up in this area. But yeah, we got everything taken out, fully exposes the two nuts that we have to take off on both sides. So basically just going to take those off, put the feet on, bolt them on. We'll probably do it just a little loose. Then we'll get the bar put on. Once everything is like hand tight, then we can tighten it. Then as far as these, I think I'm just going to go ahead and if I flip this over, there is like some staples here. So if I just like remove these staples, it'll be a nice clean like OEM line and it will expose and show the champagne, or I'm still going to call them gold. It will still expose the gold and the carbon fiber. So super excited to get this installed. Let's get these two nuts taken off, and we'll just zip this this rear done. Let's go. So the brace is installed, and just would you look at that? Dang. Carbon fiber, gold. So everything's all tightened up. Let's try to fit the lower stuff in. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about these guys. I was getting too excited with how good it looked. So yeah, so there's some staples right here. I'm just going to take a flathead and some pliers and just peel those staples off. That little flap will fall off. That'll expose our nice gold part of our strut brace. So yeah, let's get this trimmed up first, and then we'll reassemble the trunk and we'll see how it looks. quick update on that short little time lapse. So to get the styrofoam in, you actually have to take the bar out. So when you put the feet in, put the styrofoam back in, then put the bar back on, and then you should be good to go. But got the bar taken off. Let's get the trunk reassembled, see how it looks. All right, quick update. I cut that side and I just realized I didn't tell you guys what I was doing. So it is quite a puzzle to get everything back in. So I got most everything back in the trunk. The all-weather floor liner doesn't fit. I just have some tin snips and I'm cutting the, just like this bubble section out right here. Just cutting this bubble section out with the tin snips. It's literally cutting just like paper. So that's just gonna mimic how the stock one looks over there. So it should just go right in after I get this trimmed up. So yeah, let's finish trimming this up and we'll get this thrown in, get the bar bolted back on, and we should be all set. All right, and the rear is all put back together. There is our finished product, and I think it looks great. I do like how, just like on the all-weather liner, it just like had like basically a template just to trim off of, so that got trimmed up, and now it exposes our brace, and everything fits pretty good underneath. There still is a little bit of wiggle room, so if I did need to pull this out, I'm sure I could like pull it out if I really needed to, but there's really nothing underneath there that I need. But everything is done on the back. Rear brace is complete. Let's check out our front one. And there we go. Front one is done, of course, with our AOS mounted to it. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. Quick install on the front and on the back for the strut brace. Now we did have a couple little hiccups, like just putting the rear back together, but other than that, I mean, it was a quick, fun little install. I'm sure we're going to notice a difference with the back brace. We've already had a front one on before, so I doubt we're going to notice a difference between our Perrin one and the TDMi one, as they're both going to add rigidity, and they're both going to be, I mean, great. But the rear one, I mean, we don't have one on the back, so I'm sure we're going to notice a little bit of difference in the back. But regardless, with the front one, I mean, it looks so good. With everything else that's going on in the engine bay, once we add that Process West intake manifold, that'll really brighten up the engine bay, because right now it's kind of just like a black abyss. But we'll get the Process West eventually. We're still working on the 05 STI. I know a lot of people really just want to see more content on the VB, but we are running out of parts to put on this. I am waiting on maybe a couple more subscribers to join before we just go like completely crazy on this build. But I really want to get this 05 like at least tuned with Mikey and just reliably running before we like start cranking up the VB to well over 500 with that ETS turbo kit. We could easily pop that engine. So if the 22 goes down, I want the 05 to be up and running. Now I do have some parts listed for sale for this car. I'm not sure if they're going to be sold by the time this video is posted or not, but trying to get a new intercooler kit set up. Still waiting on a Killer B overflow tank. But yeah, we need some parts for this car. I am trying to save up because, I mean, just like the Cobb intercooler kit's like $2,000. So, I mean, well, it's $1,900 and change. So let's just round up to $2,000. And that's just the intercooler kit. I already have the AOS and everything, but the AOS doesn't fit with this older Perrin intercooler. So I'm kind of at a standstill of what to do. I did pick up some TGVs, so we will be converting to a top feed fuel system. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to come. Flex fuel still coming on this car. Once, I don't know, maybe we get to 6,000 subs, I'll just get the flex fuel kit and we'll install it. But this is still chilling on pump gas around 430 wheel. But we got more parts to put on in future videos. Until next week, see you guys.